Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, how are you guys doing? Hi guys. Hello, hello. I just want to remind everyone that I will be going live today at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's California time. It's the 12/12 portal. And so I'm going to be doing a fire ceremony in expedites. Here's the link. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pin that for everyone. It should already be pinned on the Facebook page. All right, let me just get that pinned. The energy today is interesting. It is interesting. Interesting. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to be doing a reading for us, reading slash talk, right? Yes. So if you guys don't know, my name is Reverend Emmy. Actually, I'm a pastor. If we're going to really be accurate, I'm Pastor Emmy. Let me get these cards ready. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And with the energy of today, the energy that I'm picking up on, it's this sense that a major cycle is ending for pretty much all of us, right? And so with this major cycle that's ending, it's really opening up the potentiality for so many very different things to occur for people. And I feel like it depends what's going to happen for you. Very much depends on what you think you need to experience. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. All right. So let me get these other cards ready. Background? You mean background noise? What do you mean, Tanya? I had my other mic on accident. I turned it off. Okay. There goes. So lots of stuff, lots of energy wafting through. A lot of what I heard is lack of understanding. A lot of lack of understanding of what it is you are needing to experience during this period. I assume your higher self knows what that is. Your soul knows exactly what you need to be experiencing, with who you need to experience this, and why you need to experience this. I'm hoping that whatever, already feel it. I already feel it. Yikes, 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 yikes. Here goes. So right off the starting line, let me go ahead. It's these three cards, okay? Ooh. All right. Dark interference, intuition, and interference sigil in reverse. So there's something that's been trying to interfere with, a very, very dark thing, trying to interfere with your intuition. It's trying to interfere with a natural process of laying this cycle to rest, okay? There are certain types of cycles that we go through that serve as the challenge, that kicking board, something to kick off of so that you could launch yourself forward um, in this journey that you're on, right? Your spiritual journey. And oftentimes, the most effective way to interfere with your progress is to do so through your intuition, encouraging you to not pay attention to what your intuition is trying to tell you. Another way is using your intuition to cause you to doubt yourself, reject yourself. Just a lot of different ways in which your intuition can be the very thing that's being used to attack you, right? So that's going to be coming to an end. You need to begin really trusting yourself. You need to begin really, really allowing yourself to understand the gravity of what you are here to accomplish in this lifetime. I'm being told to share a component of text that I got yesterday. So someone texted me, a lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of sheep. And so I replied, absolutely. Nor does a lion need to explain itself. Always take it several steps further. Not only do you not need to concern yourself with the opinion of people who seek to continue in their cycles of oppression, their cycles of self-denial, self-rejection, self-loathing. You don't have to explain yourself either. It should never be your goal to gain understanding and acceptance from other people. You can make that your goal, but if you make that your goal, you will forever be seeking something that will always be elusive. It will always be just beyond your grasp until you break yourself down to the degree that you can fit in the small boxes that are designed for the people who will serve as a foundation for this oppressive world to continue the way it has. You will never fit in. And sometimes I wonder, was I created to not fit in? Was I created to stand out and be different just so other people could see, have this tangible proof, have something to witness that goes against every single rule that has caused us to reject the divinity that we are? We are divinity infused into flesh. You are not meant to fit in because you are here to dismantle this system that has greatly oppressed the entirety of the human race. Now, if you're going to continue to try and fit in, you are going to continue to feed the very system that we are trying to starve out of its hole of protection. You can no longer feed the system. For many of you, part of the way this expresses itself in your life is that it's hard for you to keep a job. Those who continue to succeed in a system that feeds off of others will try and convince you that you're just lazy, that you're irresponsible, that you can't do anything. You're incapable. No. There's a difference between lack of capability and lack of desire. And when you don't desire to be part of a system, you got to ask why. Are you here to usher in a new system that takes everyone else's needs into consideration, not just a select few, but the greater whole? Are you part of the group, the team, the family of souls that have come here to help bring change just because you exist? Now, I've heard these concepts for quite a long time, and I have always like, oh God, whatever. Because that's how I respond to everything. Oh God, whatever, right? And it becomes this thing of like, I think I get it. It's taken me over 40 years, but I think I get it. I think I actually am starting to understand the gravity of my mere existence. And then, of course, there will be people who will hear me say these things and they will think, like, oh, here goes Emmy. Here she goes. There she goes, bragging about how special she is. Okay, first off, fuck you. Don't be a dick. Okay. Secondly, and most importantly, whatever made you think that the things I say only apply to me? I'm sharing my rediscovery of my divinity and the importance of my existence. That has nothing to do with your choosing to remain small. What I'm saying is, if you're not there yet, I think eventually you will get to the same place that I'm at right now, where I'm realizing, whoa, just because I exist, I'm creating ripples within other people's lives. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that's what I'm observing. And if I can create ripples in other people's lives, then maybe I need to be more responsible with the type of ripples I create. Because, I mean, if I'm not careful, I can create a circumstance within other people where it will amplify and feed their personal toxicity, right? The way they are so toxic to themselves. I don't want that. So I need to be very, very responsible with the way I encourage other people to live their most authentic life. Yes, you must be as authentic as you possibly can be at any given moment. But also, yes, you never use your authenticity to intentionally harm other people. You know that saying, hurt people, right? Someone has to be brave enough to exit out of that cycle. Well, you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. And because I hurt you, you get to then hurt me again. Because you hurt me again, then I have to up the ante and hurt you more. And then, what ends up happening? Nothing good, nothing worthy of you and your divinity. Does that mean you need to be someone's doormat? Excuse me. Because I have lived much of my life being a people pleaser. I still am a people pleaser to a specific degree. I'm still a people pleaser, but I refuse to please everyone. Mhm. I'll only continue to be a people pleaser for the people that I consciously choose to people please for. The people who really truly matter to me. Oh, heck yeah, I will go out of my way. I will go out of my way to make sure that you don't feel ignored, that you don't feel disregarded, that all of these different things that you might feel if I'm potentially not giving you enough attention. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. The people who matter to me are not the people who treat me like a doormat. These are people who don't take advantage of me. And you guys, let me tell you, as someone who's stepped unapologetically into my personal power, it's important for you to hear this in whatever way it comes out of my mouth. Not everyone has to be important to you. Not everyone has to be important to you. You cannot care about some people. You don't have to save everyone. You don't have to exist as a martyr in order to prove you are a good person. The people who need you to prove yourself are the people who don't have the capacity to believe the truth, even when the truth is staring them right in the eyes, not blinking. So, there are some people who are very important for you in your journey. Those are the people that you cherish, that you go out of your way for because they are special to you. Not simply because you can gain something from them, but because they are special to you in your heart. We have to exit these cycles where we are being gaslit and coerced into spaces of submission just because it seems like their boots are larger than yours. Let me tell you, most people don't realize how big my foot is. I'm not a very tall person. Yeah. They don't realize how big my foot is. My foot is big enough to be shoved up your ass, wiggled around, extracted, and rinsed off. I'm saying. I'm saying. I don't have to be apologetic anymore because I'm a whole person. Not only am I excessively soft, excessively loving, excessively giving and generous with myself and my time, my resources, and everything else I could possibly think of. I can be the polar opposite of that because, again, I'm a whole person, as are you. Being able to stick up for yourself, being able to find your voice and use it powerfully is not evidence of you being mean. I can just as easily put someone in their place as I can using my words to lift you up. I can very easily do both. And what I do is dependent on what you help me to realize you need from me in that moment. It's still up to me what I'll choose to do with the experience of you. But if you help me to see repeatedly that I need to put you back into your place because you have outgrown your space in my life, I absolutely will. I absolutely will. If that is what you continuously show me, that is what I need to do to reestablish balance within myself. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. That's too bad that you haven't learned yet as an adult that I didn't like how you were treating me, and now you don't like the way I'm standing up for myself. And so there needs to be a middle ground where we can both respect each other's needs. You see, if respecting your needs requires me to be absent from your life, I'm absolutely capable of doing that. Are you? Are you capable of walking away and foregoing the benefits of being in my space? If people are not capable of walking away and foregoing the benefits of being in my space, that means they're using me. If this is what you're going through, that means they're using you. There will always be people who benefit from my existence. And I'm now consciously choosing to only allow those who will do responsible things with the benefits of being in my presence. Those are the only people I'm allowing in my personal presence at this point. There will always be people who will benefit from knowing me because that's the way I exist. I am a giver. I am a provider. I am a protector. I will not protect your toxicity anymore. I will consciously choose to end the major cycles that need to be ended. And I think that's the primary message here is that we need to enter into a space where we are consciously choosing which cycles we are wanting to be done with. What do you want to be done with? Are you done with these cycles of being in dating situations where the person doesn't respect you and you go out of your way to try and gain their respect? By providing certain types of favors. And then it turns out providing those favors are the very things that are causing them to feel as though they don't respect you. Really recognizing when you're giving to people who are basically living bottomless pits, you cannot give enough. They cannot acquire enough from you. They cannot siphon enough of your energy and your time and your focus. These people who consistently drain you, I mean, are you helping them? Right? That's like the equivalent, this pops in my head. I don't know the full story, but like I had seen a video a while back of Selena Gomez. Apparently, she needed a liver transplant, and her best friend or something like that. That's how it was portrayed. Went ahead and volunteered to get tested. They turned out to be a match, and her BFF went ahead and gave one of her healthy kidneys to Selena Gomez, after which Selena must have been going through some very difficult things in life, and she began to be publicly seen drinking in excess. And it was reported that when her BFF, who loved her enough to give her an organ in order for her to continue to live, told her, "What are you doing? Stop. Like, you're not supposed to drink." She cut that friend off. So did she need the organ, or did she just not want to deal with being sick? Which I can't blame her. But she didn't do anything to address the mental sickness that she was possibly experiencing, right? I'm at a point where you could be going through something very, very intense, very life altering, something very negative. And if I see that this is something that you're going through because you continue with the same cycles, then I'm going to have to just back up. I'm going to have to back up. I'm going to have to stitch my heart closed because I'm not going to bleed for you. I'm just not. I'm not. As a human being, there's a limited number of days. There's a limited number of things that I can do within a single day. And because the list of things that I need to do in one particular day is in excess, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 days in one day that I'm trying to get into 24 hours. No, I will not join you there. I won't. If you matter to me, I will stay on the fringes, the outer fringes of whatever this is, with my hand held out as I do my work with the other hand. And then I will tell you that when my arm starts to cramp, I will retract my arm and I will go back to doing what I need to do, because I will not suffer with you. And if you are not willing to exit that cycle of suffering, I will leave you in your peace there, because sometimes people are the most peaceful. They feel the most peace living in the chaos of their pain. I know quite a few people like that. Let me be more accurate in my communication. I knew quite a few people like that. I will not join you in that stagnation. There is much I must accomplish in this life, not for my celebritydom, but because this is what I was created to do. And I had to go through quite a bit to begin learning and accepting I am here to do collective work. It's a large scale thing that I'm supposed to accomplish. I still don't know how I'm going to do it. I will figure it out day by day. I'm not here to help one person at a time. I still will do that when my heart calls me to, but that's not my purpose. For many of us, we are distracted by this desire to do one thing at a time, when we are here to build an entire infrastructure for a brand new energetic grid. How will you honor the promises you made when you are preoccupying yourself with these nonsensical cycles that need to end? Because some of these cycles are nonsensical, right? I'm not saying I'm better than others. I'm saying I'm more aware of what I need to do. And so I need to do that and stop gaslighting myself into believing that I have to be the martyr in order to be seen as a person that I am, which is a good person. Sometimes you need to be your own validation. Okay. So, all right. Ancestors are speaking to you, and it's time for you to remember. These ancestors, they can be from this lifetime, maybe ancestors, ooh, time to try out something new. They can be ancestors, relatives that have passed already, or maybe these are ancestors from previous lives. Maybe these are the ancestors of your soul. They are needing you to remember something, okay? Um, I've never had this message come up for me before, but it's this message of if you live by the sword, you'll die by it too, right? If you live in a space of self hatred, you will die slowly from this hatred of self. You do not need to impale yourself on your own weaponry to show your loyalty to someone. I tell you, I learned real well. The moment someone tests to see how loyal I am is the moment I realize and accept they are not worthy of the type of love and friendship, devotion, and loyalty that I openly, very freely, and very generously give. You see, I used to classify myself as a ride or die, right? Y'all have heard that. This like, ride or die, right? I'm totally like the friend who wouldn't bail you out of jail because I'd be in the jail cell with you. Yeah, totally ride or die. And then I realized that's a romanticized concept of letting someone ride you till you die. Too many times. Too many times I have allowed myself to be drawn to the toxic women in my environment. Very, very toxic women, the epitome of toxic femininity. And I'm drawn to them because why? Because that toxicity existed within me as well. That's why there was resonance. There was that same toxicity within me. And I figured, I will heal your toxicity and then we'll be good. And it's like, no, I needed to heal my own toxicity so I could be good. And that was a period of my life where I was in unnecessary perpetual cycles of experiences that very much further amplified my very distorted belief that all women are toxic, they're drama. And then something shifted. And whatever it was that shifted, I'm very thankful because the most non toxic women entered my life. Mhm. And they're still my friends. It's been quite a few years. There's no competition, there's no comparison. There's just co creation, support, and love. And as I was immersed in a non toxic environment, I then found the courage to release my own toxicity and toxic beliefs, and that cycle ended. Now I can recognize a toxic person for the toxic person that they are, and I just leave that alone because I don't want toxicity in my life. You know, it's no longer, oh, all women are drama. No, not all women are drama. Mm. I wonder if that's the key. I wonder if the key for the world changing is not some feminist movement. It's not about us women banding together and blaming all the guys. I wonder if the key to the change is the matriarchs of all environments releasing the toxic beliefs, releasing the toxic programs that cause us to further the division, competition, comparison, and all of that. I wonder if that's the key because, ladies, mm, we cradle all of creation within us. Do you know much of whatever makes you sick? It first has origins and emotions, traumas that are stored in your body. Certain traumas will deplete certain minerals and vitamins. And in the depletion of those minerals and vitamins, certain enzymes and various hormonal processes are interfered with, they're halted, they're not able to properly function. And then in that, other things are affected. Your nervous system is affected. Your entire physiology is affected. We carry the trauma of all our ancestors in our mitochondria. Mitochondria is passed from mother to child, mother to child. It's a direct link through your entire lineage. There is this greater, much more profound message that's just beneath the surface in this reading. The type of message that can completely alter the course of your entire life. It's a type of message where if you're able to take it in, and I don't know if I'll be given the opportunity to verbalize what that message is, or if it's something that each individual is tasked to kind of just sit with yourself and see how these words are received by your heart and interpreted by your soul. And that's how you'll get your message. But it's something about the upside down energies of this winter time. Some would say that that's a bad thing, which I don't think it's a positive thing. But at the same time, I do have a very strong feeling that it's an emptying out, right? It's an emptying out. So this comment stands out. I'm definitely not trying to single you out, but the key to survival in this age is raising your vibrational frequency. First, what does that mean? Secondly, are you aware that a lot of the things that we are taught are convoluted and involuted in order to cause further confusion and trick you to participate in the fallen matrix? We are at the cusp of an event. This event will either catapult you higher beyond the 11th octave, or, as is explained by the theories of positive personality disintegration, Dr. Dabrowski, you will absolutely drop yourself back down to the starting point. You will re-enter into the fallen matrix. Raising your vibration is a lie. A lot of people are going to be like, what is she talking about? It is a lie. If you look at the particles, part of K and part of Chi, they go through perpetual fission, fusion, fission, fusion. And when you get these fission, fusion cycles, and you begin to create a flash line sequence, you begin to create layer upon layer, with each layer being spun 90 degrees in opposition to the layer beneath it. You then begin to create the fabric of creation. These are standing scalar waves, which is what your morphogenetic template is made of. You raise your vibration, you lower your frequency because of the laws of oscillation. You lower your frequency. You become much more magnetic. You become more dense. You lower your ability to reach higher levels, higher octaves of dimensional consciousness. So the secondary reason this comment was brought up, the key to survival in this age is raising your vibrational frequency. Did you know for many women, men as well, primarily women, part of the way your frequency is raised is through Palladorian contracts. Palladorian contracts with your unborn children. You see, if there's a large discrepancy between the frequency, the resting frequency of the mother, while she has that child in utero, her frequency will naturally have to increase. As she is exposed to that child and that child is exposed to her, her frequency will begin to match that child's resting frequency. And that is how you raise the collective whole. All of these children being born right now, all of these COVID babies, they're affecting their parents. They are overriding and recoding their parents' standing scalar waves. Children are powerful, extremely powerful. Y'all have no idea. Yeah, they're extremely powerful. And many of these children that are being born right now, I even want to go so far as to say all of them that are being born right now. I don't know if this will mean anything for you, but it means something for me because I understand my capacity, my capabilities. All of these COVID babies are being born at my level of capability or higher. I'm the base model. Uh-huh. I'm just the base model. One of the reasons I chose to incarnate during the time that I incarnated was to test out how receptive humanity would be to someone of my frequency. I never had an awakening moment. I've always just been this way, even as a child. I've always just been this way. And I guess for those who are like me, we prove that humanity is ready. And so all the others are coming now. It's a beautiful thing. It ensures the end of specific cycles, but we must do our part in order to prepare the stage for when they choose to step forward. They being the children. Mm-hmm. This is a powerful, powerful thing that we are experiencing together as a collective whole. And just because it's powerful, just because it's going to take us into that next higher space of dimensional consciousness and existence, does not mean it's not going to be painful and it's not going to be challenging and uncomfortable and all of those other things that we don't want to experience. There's that saying, the road a man takes to avoid his destiny is the very road that will take him there. I have been on such a journey for much of my life trying to avoid anyone knowing the gravity of the person that I am. And in my attempt to avoid, that's the very thing that basically shoved me into the space that I'm in now. I absolutely believe that saying. Whatever it is you're trying to avoid is what's going to ensure that you experience what you're trying to avoid, okay? The boundaries, there are no more boundaries. The veil has thinned. Our connection with others is going to be allowed to be amplified. And in that amplification, you'll be free to then begin deciding with clarity why someone is healthy for you or not healthy for you. For some of you, whoever this individual is, they are very healthy for you and they are part of your foundation. They are being invited back into the homeland of your heart. It's being initiated by spirit. This is someone who is familiar to you in your heart. I assume this is someone you've lived plenty of lifetimes with. Now, get the romance out of the equation, okay? This is a spiritual message. Spiritual messages have nothing to do with fornication, has nothing to do with sexual relations, biblical knowledge of other people. You know what I'm saying? So this is someone who's familiar, and this is someone who can help you guard your heart, right? This is definitely a good thing. I don't know who this is, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Those who wear the hat of the oppressor are losing their power. Good. I don't feel bad for them. Those who wear the hat of the oppressor are losing their power. This can be someone personal to you. This can be someone that is part of your personal journey, might be a better way to put it. This could be a message regarding authorities, specific bodies that are in a space of authority. It could mean so many different things. I can't say I feel bad for any of them. Regardless, this balance that's upside down, we're being made aware that the balance needs to be restored. That's all that card is making me feel. That for some of us, we've been trying to convince ourselves that, no, everything is fine. I'm okay. Everything is fine. Okay. But, I have a bullshit detector installed in my brain. I feel like I don't believe that lie. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm saying you've lied to yourself for so long that you believe the lie that you're okay when in fact you're not. It's okay if you're not okay. That realization is not admitting you failed. That realization is a powerful place for you to decide how to move forward. Okay? Okay. So you got to make sure you give yourself the space and the grace to kind of navigate through this. Okay. You're going to be asked to begin considering coming out of a space of incubation. You need to begin exiting your safe space. For some of us, our safe space ended up becoming our prison, a mental prison, a gilded cage. Let me tell you a little secret. If you have survived so much in your life, you probably are like a phoenix. Did you know a phoenix fire can burn so intensely that a gilded cage would melt? That means it doesn't even matter if the door is open or not. Melt the entire cage down. You don't need that cage to exist anymore. A major cycle is ending. What is that cycle? I don't know. But it's something that's allowing you the freedom to choose a new life, choose a new path, choose a new potential for you to live within. You have the authority and the power to choose that. What you choose is what you will have. So, all right. For many, you're in a cycle of lack of self-worth and lack of unconditional love, right? Because you have this lack of self-worth, you allow yourself to exist in environments that don't unconditionally love you. And because they don't unconditionally love you, it further exacerbates this sense of lack of worth. So here, be thankful for having experienced that and accept the reality that what you experienced is the opposing polarity of where you belong. You've been experiencing way down here when you belong way up here. All you now have to do is let go of your ownership, your claim to that space that's not worthy of you. Let that go so that you can rise to the space where you belong. Okay? For many of us, we're like, well, if I don't belong there, why am I there? I've tried so hard. Okay, honey, you can swim as hard as you swim, but so long as you hold on to that post, you will not be swimming anywhere. You will be wasting your energy. You will be exhausting yourself. Maybe that's for a reason. Maybe you needed to experience that so you could waste enough of your energy that you have no energy left to fight against your process. Maybe all you had to do was let go of the post, and it was the water, the current was gonna send you downstream. Right? Or it's not gonna take any effort. All you have to do is allow yourself to float. So your intuition is going to be guiding you through this. Your intuition is going to guide you through this, and it's going to take you to the places within yourself. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Michael, just no whammy, no whammy, big bucks. Michael just threw a whammy of a card. Hold on. That was so rude, Michaela. So I'm talking about, letting your life bring you where you belong. I gotta laugh. I don't know why. Oh, Lord. This is your sign. Okay, I'm. Okay, okay. Um, so your intuition is gonna. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day when Jesus washed. When Jesus washed. This is nutty. This is just nutty. I'll stop. So allow your intuition. Okay, Michael's laughing now too. Allow your intuition to guide you to the instructions that soul is giving. So we have the mirrored souls card pop up. I guess you're being guided to go towards whatever the mirrored soul is. Let's see. Okay. Angel number 21, because it's card number 21. Just hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let's go ahead. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Okay. So this is card number 21. And the first thing that pops up, angel number 21, is a message from your angels for you to be aware of your thoughts as they are manifesting your ideas and beliefs into reality. And then angel number 21 is a sign from your angels of advancement and success. It's about unity, fulfillment, and happiness. It symbolizes protection, comfort, and patience during this transitional period in life. So get ready for a new chapter. When you keep seeing 21, it's a clear sign that the angels want you to become independent. Sorry, Michaela, you're stuck with me. It's a good number to receive when it comes to love and relationships. It's time for new beginnings and changes. Don't be afraid, because these changes will bring harmony and balance. Your guardian angels have recognized your emotional instability, so they're sending you. Okay. Just okay. Stop. Card number 35, walk your truth. So you're not walking your truth. You need to start walking your truth, okay? You need to start letting yourself recognize the ways in which you just, it's like Are you doing a pimp walk or are you injured? You know what I'm saying? Are you like trying to convince yourself that you're doing a pimp walk, but in actuality, you're actually just injured? Are you fooling yourself into these beliefs that you're okay when maybe you're not? I mean, I don't know. You know, it's your life, it's your experiences. You know whether you're okay or not. But again, what you believe, excuse me, this reading is giving me gas. What you believe is what's going to manifest. So you have to allow yourself to begin believing the goodness, okay? The goodness, the good potential, the good stuff. Excuse me. All right. All right. Okay, renewal. It's time for you to renew your belief in yourself. It's time for you to renew your energy, using your energy more for your regeneration of health, rebalancing. Excuse me. Oh, Silky. Does Silky wear crushed blue velvet? Let me stop. Hey, Silky. You were doing so good, being so focused, girl. Stop. Get back on focus. There's something being hidden from you, right? I don't know what it is. It's being hidden from you and it's preventing you from renewing yourself. This hidden moon, maybe you hiding a detail from yourself, maybe. It's interfering with your journey and it's not going to be allowed to continue interfering with your journey. Things are going to change, but first, you need to go through a process that will help you learn to better accept yourself. As you learn to better accept yourself, this lack of awakening, this lack of expansion of your awareness is going to be rectified. This card also shows a lack of willingness for the expansion of your awareness of yourself, right? So, hold up. Honey, could you please go on Facebook and be rid of this demon Horita? For those on Facebook, if you could please report Helen, I would really appreciate it. I would really, really appreciate it. If you're a God-gifted psychic advisor and love specialist, you know I am not the one. I'm saying. Honey, kindly report this demon Horita. Un momento, I'm pausing my reading. Oh, the demon whores are out in numbers today. You so super cute from such a distance. Okay, are you calling me a Monet? Motherfucker. Are you saying I'm a Monet? Pretty from afar, but a hot mess up close. Okay, let me ban you. Confirm. Yo, people be too much. People be too much. I am not a Monet, bitch. I'm fucking cute from any distance. I'm saying. You want to see my like? I'll flex for you. No, I won't. I saw my husband's name. I was talking to him. I was telling my husband I'd flex for him, not for random ass someone who says I'm a Monet. I should have a course of how to approach women like me. Those types of backhanded compliments, they don't work. They don't work. Part of what you want to do when you approach a woman like me, do so with caution because you never know how we'll respond. First, I would approach tentatively, even almost apologetic. Have that apologetic type of energy, right? Where you're kind of sorry, I'm sorry to bother you. I find you very intriguing. Now I'm intrigued because what are you intrigued by? And then don't compliment the face or the body because that's typical, right? You're talking with your ping ping. No, instead compliment the brain. I overheard you speaking to someone. The symposium was beautiful. Oh, which part did you like? All of it. I loved all of it. I loved the way you expostulated. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would like totally compliment the intelligence and give examples of what I found so intelligent. You know what I'm saying? You don't go and like call me a fucking Monet. That's stupid. When you're up close to a Monet, it looks like a hot mess. Have you not watched Clueless? I mean, hello. Rolling with the homies. You don't want to be a Monet. Ew. Anyways, reborn from shadow. So someone's going to be exiting out of that dark space, right? And as they exit out of that dark space, several things will happen. They will be reborn from their own juices. And being reborn from your own juices is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It could be something that helps to tenderize you, right? You become much more tender. 'Cause many of us have lived lives that have caused us to be somewhat fibrous, very, very rough and tough and chewy even. um, and I think this is the period where you need to be the this amazing example of what you actually are, right? You might not know who you are yet or what you are yet, but it's this need for you to exist in the most authentic spaces within yourself so that as you naturally do that, you will naturally draw to you the very people who love this about you. Okay. The people who love this about you are the people who will absolutely lift you up when you are feeling very low and don't have the energy to lift yourself. Right. So it's important if you're going to exit out of this cycle, it's important for you to know that another cycle will take its place, but you have to decide before you exit what you want to replace the cycle you're exiting. Okay. Because life is nothing but continuous cycles of specific types of lessons. Cycling in as something cycles out, cycling back as something cycles out. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, what is already with you, but it's in reverse. So, it's you not understanding with you. This is you are. This is you refusing, just absolutely refusing to see yourself in the light of your own truth. You know, what do I say? Stand in the light of your truth. You have to allow yourself to see who you are in that moment, who you're potentially becoming, who you have been. All of these different aspects of you are important because they give a good sense of where you're at right now and where you're going and how much you've overcome, which then which then ties into your awareness of how capable you are. How capable are you? How much can you get through? Do you know? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you can achieve? Do you know what you've lived through? Right? Card number 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. You're worth defending. You are worthy of the love that you give to other people. What do I mean by that? You're worthy of receiving it from yourself. For many of us, I know I also did this for a time. I would give excessive amounts of love to others in hopes that they would be inspired to love me in that way as well. Most weren't. Most weren't. And and then I realized, I learned it's not their job to love me in the way I'm supposed to be loving myself. Okay? A lot of what you experience with your disappointment in other people, it comes from this wish, this hope that other people will see the way you treat them and they will treat you that way as well because someone lied to us once upon a time. And they said, treat others as we would like to be treated. Clearly, that was a lie. That was not the whole truth. And if it's not the whole truth, it's a partial lie, which is still a lie, because a lie is a lie is a lie. So if someone lied to you and told you that if you treat someone the way you want to be treated, they will naturally, normally, usually, hopefully, maybe, we don't know, treat you the same way. No, that's not real. That's not true. Okay? It's up to you to treat yourself with a level of love, respect, and consideration that you are seeking from other people. And as you do that, your tolerance for those who are incapable or unwilling to treat you with that same level of love, respect, and consideration that you need, you'll no longer have that tolerance. And so you won't allow them to remain in your space. This is not about thinking you're better than everyone. This is understanding what you deserve and holding yourself to the standard that's worthy of you. That's all it's about. Me accepting the reality that you are showing me you are not worthy of what I am offering is not me saying you are a bad person. It is me saying, I get it. I receive the message. I honor what you're showing me and telling me. Thank you. Have a good day. But you'll have people telling you, oh, you're so mean. Oh, your standards are ridiculous. You're not mean. You see, I've realized as the person that I am, um, I'm often called mean by the people who can no longer manipulate me. It used to hurt me so much when I would be called mean, or people would tell me that, they're scared of me, or, just negative things. That would really hurt my feelings, right? And now I'm kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate. Had you taken the time to get to know me, which you no longer have that opportunity, you don't have that option, but had you taken the time to get to know me first before you made that rash judgment, you would have come to the conclusion that many people who have gotten a chance to know me come to, which is I am a very loving, very nurturing, very supportive, very empowering person. And I just, I love people. Not all people at this point, but I still love people. Some people, no, I don't have hatred. I just don't have love. They're just, they just exist. And that's that. I don't wish them harm. I don't wish for their demise or failure or anything like that. I'm just like, be you, just not around me. We're not compatible. And that's that. Right. I think a lot of what our problem is with these major cycles that we keep cycling through is that we cycle through to a specific type of person, and maybe there's like, I don't know, 3 to 5 types of personalities that we gravitate towards, right? And these 3 to 5 personalities are usually representations of the 3 to 5 people who have caused us to fracture our sense of self the most. Maybe one is your mother, maybe one is your father, maybe one is a kid that bullied you in kindergarten, maybe the other one is a teacher who made you feel like you would amount to nothing, and then maybe another, the fifth one is your very first boyfriend or girlfriend who absolutely, they wrecked your heart. In your eyes, they wrecked your heart, right? And so you gravitate towards those people, finding them in others, cycling in, cycling out, cycling in, cycling out, finding the same 5 people over and over and over again in a world of so many different types of personalities. And yet here you are seeking the same 5 people who have hurt you the most. Is it because you believe that's all you deserve? Or is it because in the grand design, that very, very sacred design, you are being given the opportunity to finally finish that lesson and lay it to rest? But before you actually take that exam, you skip class. I did that one year. Um, so I was taking it, was it organic chemistry? I don't know. I was so into it, right? The year before I failed it because like the teacher didn't like me. I don't know why, because I didn't speak. But she didn't like me. She was very irritated with me all the time, and that caused me to kind of shut down. And so I didn't really like going to class. And when I went, I had a lot of anxiety. I'm very sensitive to people and how they feel about me back then. And so I failed that. I got like a D. And the next year, I was like, you know what? I need to prove to myself that I'm not dumb. And so I went and had another teacher. And luckily for me, I was part of a program where I was allowed to have a guidance counselor assigned to me, and he was really good. He was really good at the work that he does, and he suggested a specific chemistry instructor. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he said to me, "You have to understand there's a lot of people that fight to get this teacher. So you need to make sure you show up every day because you're taking someone else's opportunity away from them." Since I was able to register for classes before the rest of the college. And I was like, okay, I took that seriously. So I attended every class, and he was a phenomenal teacher, phenomenal teacher. And I learned so much. I believe it was organic chemistry. And I was getting like an A minus. And then the final week of class, because I had an A minus, and I believe I was going to ace the test as well. I skipped the final week of class. I went through a depressive episode, and I skipped the final week, but I showed up for the exam, the final exam. And as we were waiting for the teacher to arrive, one of the other students turns to me and goes, "Hey, what'd you get for number whatever on the take home portion?" And I was like, "What? Take home portion?" Yeah, the last day of class, there was a take home portion of the final exam that everyone received except for me because I didn't attend. And because I knew that that was 45% of the final exam, rather than speak to the instructor who was very nice to me and explain to him, "Professor so and so, I had a depressive episode. It was pretty bad. I didn't attend any of my classes. I didn't know there was a take home portion. Can you, extend me any type of grace and let me do that part?" "No, I just didn't take the final exam." Hey. So I failed. I failed it. I was at an A minus. I was 1 point away from a A. and I failed it. Why? Because I gave up on myself. Rather than finding my voice and expressing what I need, allowing someone who's in a position of power or authority to understand that, hey, you know what, there might be other things that need to be considered. Would you please be willing to consider this? No, I just gave up. I gave up. And after all the grades were submitted, uh, the instructor finally reached out to me. He sent a message and he's like, Miss Garcia, I'm a bit worried about you and your health. Is everything okay? Is there anything that we can do for you? And then that's when I explained to him, and he's like, I've already submitted your grade. I cannot change it. Had you spoken to me, I would have absolutely given you the opportunity to complete the take-home portion. What's funny is he explained to me, I had the highest grade in the class. And once all of my additional work was inputted, I actually had over 100% because I did tons of extra credit because I loved the way he taught. Mhm. He was really upset with me. He was really, really upset with me that I sabotaged myself in that way. How many times have you sabotaged yourself going through the cycles that you go through? Not speaking up for yourself. How many times? How many times have you allowed yourself to become so just in a space of self-denial, in a space of not wanting to really, really, really love yourself, you know? It's kind of this thing of I've done that to myself so many times where I'm at the cusp of something profound. And right as I'm there, I pull back and I allow myself to fail. And I think I've done that so many times in my life that I'm no longer willing to do that. So whenever I get to that point over the past few years, I've begun to really tell myself, consciously remind myself, girl, when you get to this point is you're like right at the end. Just push a little bit more. Push a little bit more because you're right at the end and you are about to achieve something profound. And that's what I always do. That is what I always do. And every time I achieve something profound because I've pushed just a little bit further than what I thought I could handle, um, I get further confirmation of how profound my capacity is to achieve the things I'm destined to achieve. What you're destined to achieve is not always what society tells you you're supposed to achieve. With all my capability, all my capacity, my desire, my insatiable desire to learn, I don't have a college degree. I don't plan on getting one. That's not part of my destiny. If that's part of yours, celebrate that, embrace that, earn that degree. If it's not a part of yours, let that go. Let that shame that maybe society has placed on you, that maybe family has placed on you to achieve something that you don't resonate with, let that go. To date, I have established and continue to run 4 companies that are successful. That's why I'm so busy all the time. And I do this with 0 education in business, 0 education in marketing, 0 education in any of the things that I would traditionally need in order to run a successful corporation. I am a CEO 4 times over. Literally. I am a sitting CEO of 4 companies right now. And I don't have any formal education. Now, I'm not trying to encourage you to not have a formal education or to have one. I'm saying honor your destiny as it was planned by your soul. I was never meant to be part of the traditional educational system. That's not what I'm supposed to do. For those who are supposed to do that, do it and do it well. Do it with your entirety. Have as many accomplishments and degrees and accolades as you possibly can fit in your life. Do something beautiful with it. End the cycles, though, of achieving things simply because of the shame. Like you're achieving something to prove to someone that they're wrong, you're not a failure. No, I will achieve things because it is in my destiny to achieve it. Again, a lion does not concern itself with the opinion of sheep, nor does a lion need to explain itself. Right? So be who you are, be what you are, achieve whatever you're meant to achieve. But before you do all of that, you need to end the cycles that have kept you trapped into spaces of inauthentic living, right? The spaces where you've had to play a role because someone told you that this is who you are and you can't be anything beyond this, that this is you. You are a bad person. You are a failure. You are, whatever other ugly stuff people have told you. No, softly, softly, the tender touch. Some of the things that you've been saying to yourself are nothing but the recordings of other people chastising you, other people scolding you for not being easy to control, manipulate, and all of those other ugly things, right? Listening for truth. You have to listen for the truth. You have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your heart. You have to listen to the feeling. Did you know the language of the heart is felt, not heard? You can feel the pain of existing as something outside of what you actually are. You're so much more than what you've been groomed to believe you are. So much more. Do not take in as truth the words that come from people who themselves are fractured, so fractured they lack the clarity to see the gravity of their malignant behaviors. It is a very malignant thing to try and convince someone that they are less than what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep. For many of us, we are so tired of playing a sacred fool. Here's the thing, though. You are not the puppet, you are the puppeteer. You are in control. You always have been. You always have been. Start using your power over yourself in such a way where it truly empowers you, and it empowers you to the degree that you can function and exist in the way that you were designed to, because the way that you were designed to exist is the way that will further empower other people as they witness you. There's so much we give to each other. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Everything in creation is backing you up. Everything in creation is conspiring for your success. You might be like, well, but I don't succeed at anything I do. No, that's a lie. You don't succeed at the things you do that is not meant for you. That's what I've learned over and over and over. As I continue to try and do the things that I am not meant to do, I will fail, because I can only sustain the fakery for so long, right? I say fakery because that's a fake existence. That is not who I am. Does that mean I am a fake person? No, that means I am playing the character that my environment is demanding I be. You know what I'm saying? I know many of you guys can relate to that your environment demands you be this, demands you be that. For some people, it's the opposite of what most of us would think. Like, your environment demands you to be weak and passive. Yeah, for some, yes. For others, your environment demands you to play this role of being hard and just, and it's like, but that's not who you are. That's not who you are. Who you are is so far beyond who you've allowed yourself to be seen as. So now we're entering into a space where we're being invited to allow the world to witness us in our most authentic state. We're allowing the world to see us as we actually are. This is who I am. This is how I am. And at every stage of my development, I am valid. At every stage of my waxing and waning, like a lunar goddess that I am, it's valid. I still have the capacity to provide enough light in the darkest of times. This is who I am. Does the moon compare itself to other planets? Is the moon even a planet? No, it's a satellite. But does she feel less than because she's not a full-on planet? Does she compare herself to the earth where it's like, well, that's not fair. How come I'm always going around the earth? No, she just exists, twirling in her own space, allowing everyone on the earth to witness her as she is, with no shame, no hesitation. She's valid in every stage, whether she is waxing or waning. She is valid in every stage, just as you are. Excuse me, bring it into form, but it's in reverse. It's this thing that I was talking about where you bring it all the way to the end. And right before you cross the finish line, you're like, oh, I give up. This is too far. And you needed just what, 2 more steps, 3 more steps, and you would have crossed the finish line. Right? Like, why do that? All I needed was to have that conversation with my professor, and I would have gotten an A. I know I would have aced that effing chemistry exam. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. Whenever I get that feeling, you see, I have perfectionism, right? Many of you have perfectionism. Perfectionism is not just some like adjective to use in order to shame someone because they're particular, they're meticulous. No, perfectionism can be an actual pathology, a disease state. My perfectionism is, or has been in the past, an actual diseased state. It affects the quality of life that I live. Because of my perfectionism, I will not attempt something unless I can guarantee that I will excel in it. Mhm. So when you pick a fight with me and I engage you, motherfuckers, I already beat you like 5 times over. I'm saying I've followed every string. So if I engage you, if I respond, you know, you just know. You shouldn't respond anymore. But anyways, with my perfectionism, if I can't guarantee that I will excel at something, I have a tendency to not want to do it at all, not even try. And I had that same feeling in me when I took some physics course at UC Berkeley. I had that same feeling of like, oh, I love this. I'm gonna excel. And I got 100% in that class. I believe it was 100%. Mm-hmm. I irritated that teacher too. I was like, could you please assign more work? I want to make sure I have this like really truly mastered. And he's like, you got 100% on the test. There's no more work for me to assign you. You just go in your book and look for something. I'm saying, okay. Do you know how much it is per unit, sir? I want to maximize what I've paid for each unit for your class. I had over 100%, I believe, you know? And yeah, it was the same feeling that I had, that same level of surety that I had for that chemistry test that I didn't take. So it's this thing of, I know that I would have went far with the things that I had that feeling for, but oftentimes I would pull back my energy, pull back my effort, pull back myself because why? Maybe because I was afraid of accomplishing. You see, I came to a realization a couple years back. I'm not afraid of failure. I know what to do if I fail. I get back up and I keep going and I ensure that I succeed the next time I try. I know exactly what to do if I fail, right? It's the success. I don't know what to do with that. Like how do I receive that? because I'm so focused on the negatives that when the positives present themselves, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. What do we like? What? You know? And so maybe that's something that is a major cycle that needs to end for you. This lack of recognition that your issue is not with failure, but instead it's with the potentiality of success. You deserve to succeed. You deserve to succeed. And there are people who are waiting for your success because you will serve as their survival manual. You will serve as a template they will use to achieve the same gravity of success that you are destined to achieve. So stop. Stop hiding yourself. It's time to release your allegiance to the negativity, the negative perception you have about yourself. It's time to release your allegiance to the people who continue to try and convince you that you are less than what you are. Spirals of manifestation in reverse. You have a choice to make right now, right here, right now. Are you going to be upside down? Or are you going to take the effort to right yourself up? Which one? Choose wisely. I'm joking. Choose wisely. I'm joking. No, but seriously, choose wisely. A life of suffering is not necessary to prove that you're a good person. You're not required to suffer in order to be a good person. It's time for you to realize your existence is a good one. You are a good person. Bad people are not drawn to me. They are not drawn to me. You know why? Because they know I will call them out. They are not drawn to me. Are you drawn to me? Yeah. Because you resonate with me. Why? Because you and I were good people. We want to help others. We want to end suffering. That's why we resonate. Just by existing, you are being a good person. You don't have to play a role anymore. You don't have to be a character. You can be exactly as you are and be assured that you are a good person. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. And I promise you, for the people who think they're a good person because they're drawn to me, hey, you know what? Demon Horitas are also drawn to me. Nah. If I'm not drawn to you back, you know. I'm just saying, like I said, I won't lie to you, right? Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, I got to get going. Got a crazy day today. Join me here at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today. It is a 12/12 portal, and I'm going to be doing some stuffs, some stuffs. Okay. If you want some energy work, if you want a reading, whatever it is, come join me. Go check out that link. I commented here. Did I comment it? I did. Let me go ahead and paste it again. Excuse me. Cute. I'm stunningly gorgeous. Careful of the adjectives. Careful selection of adjectives is important when communicating with me. I'm stunningly gorgeous. I don't feel it today, but that's when you have to say it louder. So guys, join me today. I'm joking. I'm joking. Join me today, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like energy work done, if you would like a reading, whatever it is, go to that link, evolving.com/shop/1212 portal. I will be having a public fire ceremony along with that. And, we'll have some fun. I promise my attitude will be freaking banging later. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm trying to be in Zen, whatever. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Bye, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day.